Welcome back, friends, to another exciting deep dive episode of our weekly history podcast. I am Hari.
And I am Kimi. Today we have a tragic story of power, massive betrayal, and deep secrets. It is about a key figure in the Mongol Empire whose name was scrubbed from official records, Al-Altan.
Also known as Al-Altan, she was born around 1196 and was the youngest child and the favorite daughter of Genghis Khan and his primary wife, Ögedei. To understand her remarkable life, we must look at the massive, complex geopolitical chessboard of 13th century Eurasia.
Exactly, Hari. Before and after Genghis Khan was crowned in 1206, he developed a brilliant bloodless strategy to expand his empire. He used his daughters with Ögedei as ultimate diplomatic bridges. He married them off to powerful neighboring rulers. These husbands would submit to Genghis Khan, gaining immense rank and security, while Genghis gained entire populations as allies without firing a single arrow.
It was a win-win on paper. Al-Altan's older sisters were married to the rulers of tribes like the Uyghurs, the Ongud, and the Ikaris. When Al-Altan was 15, around 1211, it was her turn. She was betrothed to Barchuk Art Tegan, the ruler, or Idiquit, which translates to Lord of Fortune, of the incredibly wealthy Uyghur people to the southwest.
And this was no ordinary alliance. Barchuk had rejected his former Kara Kaitai overlords and sent gold and jewels to Genghis, even helping the Mongols hunt down their enemies. Genghis was so deeply impressed that he declared Barchuk his fifth son. Giving his favorite daughter, Al-Altan, to Barchuk was the ultimate seal of honor and trust.
For many years, the alliance flourished. Barchuk and his 18,000 Uyghur warriors fought alongside the main Mongol army in major campaigns, including the bloody invasion of the Khwarezmian Empire from 1218 to 1223 and the conquest of the Western Shah. But the geopolitical winds shifted dramatically when Genghis Khan passed away in August 1227.
After a brief 2-year interregnum, Al-Altan's brother, Ögedei Khan, took the throne. Now, Ögedei is often remembered as a generous ruler, but he also had a severe, ultimately fatal addiction to alcohol. Under his rule, the central Mongol imperial government began to aggressively encroach on the semi-autonomous Uyghur state, seizing their taxes and lands.
Naturally, Al-Altan and her family were deeply threatened by this central overreach. Historians believe that this encroachment is exactly why Al-Altan traveled all the way from the Uyghur lands to Ögedei's imperial court. She went there to defend her subjects and family autonomy. And then, in December 1241, tragedy struck. Right. Ögedei died after a massive drinking binge. He likely suffered from acute alcohol poisoning or total, sudden organ failure. Almost immediately, rumors of assassination by poison began to spread like wildfire. 2 high-status women who attended that fatal party were immediately under heavy suspicion.
The first was Ibaka Beki, a former wife of Genghis Khan who had served as the cupbearer. She was quickly and decisively defended and cleared by a prominent Mongol general named Ögedei. The second suspect, however, was Al-Altan. Ögedei's widow, Taragain, accused Al-Altan of poisoning her brother in retribution for the imperial overreach on Uyghur territory.
Al-Altan survived Taragain's subsequent 5-year regency, but her luck ran out in 1246 when her nephew Genghis Khan, Taragain's son, was crowned. Shortly after his coronation, Al-Altan was quickly put on trial and executed. Because of the absolute sacred taboo against killing members of the royal family, her execution had to be handled with extreme secrecy.
It is shocking who they got to do the deed. A medieval chronicle slip-up reveals that her executioner was none other than General Ögedei, yes, the same man who cleared the other suspect 5 years prior. For committing this unthinkable taboo, Gyuk rewarded Ögedei with a prestigious high military post in West Asia, far away from Al-Altan's vengeful allies.
But you can't keep a royal execution quiet forever. In 1251, the Tuluid Revolution shook the empire. The family of Genghis's youngest son, Tului, seized power. To justify their coup against the house of Ögedei, they pointed to the unlawful execution of Al-Altan, Genghis's favorite daughter, without consulting the wider family. It was a massive scandal.
The revenge was swift and brutal. General Ögedei was hunted down near Herat. On the orders of Batu Khan, he was executed, allegedly by being boiled alive. The political purge also reached the Uyghur leadership, where leaders loyal to Taraghane were tortured and executed. The trauma of Al-Altan's death tore through the empire's power structures.
What is truly fascinating is the lengths to which official chroniclers went to cover all of this up. In The Secret History of the Mongols, a critical passage describing the inheritances of Genghis Khan's daughters was completely cut out. They wanted to bury the fact that the Ögedeids had unlawfully encroached on Uyghur lands and murdered a beloved princess. And the Persian chronicles, like Rashid al-Din's 14th century Jami al-Tawarikh, go to bizarre lengths. They claim Al-Altan never married Barchuk, or that she died on the journey there because Barchuk had a cherished wife at home, which historians note would have been a massive insult to the Mongol royal family. Yet Rashid al-Din later slips up and reveals Ögedei executed her. The propaganda was incredibly sloppy.
It really was. Al-Altan's story is a powerful, tragic reminder of the incredible political influence of Genghis Khan's daughters and how their legacies were manipulated or suppressed by imperial politics. We hope this story sheds light on her forgotten strength, diplomacy, and enduring legacy.
Thank you all so much for tuning in and listening to today's deep dive. We absolutely love bringing these incredible, forgotten, and hidden histories to light. Until our next time, take care. Stay curious, and keep on exploring.
This episode is based on the Wikipedia article Al-Altan, which is available under the Creative Commons Attribution Share-alike license. This podcast was crafted using artificial intelligence.